Okay, y'all, take that test. Take the test. You scared, you're nervous. Take that exam. You know you want to. You know it's hard. You know you're striving for excellence. Take that test. And I'm going to tell you why you need to take the test. Take the test. You know the test. You already. Hello. I'm going to let you know why. So I was sitting in my room and I heard God tell me to take an exam. And I'm like, Lord, what exam? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He was like, the praxis exam. I was like, praxis? You mean practice? Like when I be like talking to God, I be like, what? Doc, my little teddy bear like, because like, what is you talking about, Lord? Whole time he was talking about this really big test, and I'm gonna take my time with expressing this. And anyone who watches this, and you're staying tuned, and you're doing what you're doing, I'm proud of you for making it this far. I'm proud of you. So as we're talking about this test, I was a trauma therapist. Yes, I know. Crazy. I was 24 years old. But at 26 years old, my whole lifestyle changed. And I was like, Lord, I need something else. And a contract group reached out to me. I don't, but actually, we're going to say, yeah, contract group reached out to me. They're like, you need to take this exam. I'm like, God just told me to take this exam. What is he talking about? So they're like, you need to take this praxis exam. Mind you, I have a master's degree and it's an education. Mind you, I don't really know what this exam is because um my degree was actually non-licensure. So I didn't have the tools, quote unquote, to really fulfill this exam. But God told me two instructions. Take heed to these instructions, right? So the instructions were, one exam is going to take you 3 days to study. The second exam is going to take you a week to study, and you shall pass both of them. Now I'm looking like at God, like, Lord, what are you talking about? What do you mean I'm going to pass both of these exams? And yet God was like, you're going to pass them. So I studied one exam. I did a little study guide. They had it wasn't like a study guide. It was basically like a practice exam. And I was checking my answers. I was getting a D, 60%, maybe a little C, 70%. And it was just not getting to that 80 to 90%. And boom, lo and behold, the test was ready. Like, I have to go drive. I'm driving. It's probably 7 in the morning. Exam starts at 8. I'm driving to get to this test, and I see a billboard that says, congratulations. I'm looking like, God, is that you? I don't know yet, right? I don't know yet. I'm freaking out because God, I'm trusting. I didn't really even tell friends. I didn't really tell family because people just thought I was crazy. Like, what do you mean God told you to take these tests? Well, God told me to take these tests. I don't know why he wants me to take these tests, but he told me to take these tests. So I'm driving, boom, congratulations, right? As I sit down, I'm asking people like, hey, I'm crying in the car after, I'm gonna get back inside, go inside. And I'm like, hey, like, how long did it take you to, to study this exam? They're like, oh, 6 months. One guy told me a year. Someone else told me they failed 3 times. I'm looking like, in my head, but Lord, you told me 3 days. 3 days. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm crying, I'm praying. I'm feeling vexed at this point. But God's promise keeper. He's going to hold us down because I'm Soldier Slim in the battlefield. And I was ready for whatever test that God had for me. So this exam, y'all, was hard. When I say I barely passed, though. Your girl passed it. Your girl passed it. Like, I passed it. And I was like, okay. So then I reached out to my contract group. They're like, hey, we're going to actually shoe you in the building. Like, we are actually going to accept you in because you already passed the other exam. And because you already passed the first one, once you get the test scores for the second one, you're a shoo-in. So I'm like, okay, well, I get to, work with the children, work with the, like, I'm able to do my thing now. So I'm just like, well, what's going on? So I take this next exam. But before I was able to take it, I did I studied for a week, y'all. But that last day, mind you, same study guide, last day, I tried to do the practice to test results again. And my computer shut down, like, dead. It took 3 hours to take that exam practice. So I'm just like, okay, my goodness, like, I started crying. I cried myself to sleep. I know God was like, you need to take your butt to bed. Go to sleep, take a nap, do what you got to do. You're going to have to wake up, honey. You're going to have to wake up. So then I'm like, okay, God, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to wake up. I set my alarm, boom, boom, boom. I drive past the billboard again. It was saying congratulations. And I'm like, Lord, if you're telling me what I'm telling you, please just confirm. So it was different people this time, but I'm asking again, like, hey, like, how long did it take you to take this exam? Same situation, 6 months, a year. One girl told me like 3 months. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, Lord, you told me a week. You told me a week. I'm trusting, literally, I'm trusting. I'm standing on God's faith right now. I'm trusting God in this to be the maneuvering factor in my life right now. I'm standing on faith, big faith at this point. My faith at this point was baby mustard seed faith, little tiny at this point, because I'm like, Lord, I'm scared to the second exam. And he's like, well, if you pass the first one, what makes you think you're not going to pass the second one? And I'm like, Lord, I don't know, but Lord, I just need your help. So same situation, but this time this exam didn't give me the test results immediately. It was not instant gratification as I thought. And I waited a month. As I'm still working, right? I waited a month. Y'all, the test results came in. When I say I passed, but barely passed, and I still passed because God told me to take this exam. And because God told me to take this exam, I passed the exams. And not just that, my income tripled. I ain't going to tell you how much I make, but just know I was making $25 an hour before. Do with that math, do what you can. But God is amazing, and he's going to literally bless you for increase off of your obedience, off of the favor that God has bestowed upon you. He's literally like blessings, favor, abundance is just going to fall into your lap because you're paying attention to how God is talking to you. You have to take heed, take notes. When God is telling you to do an instruction, sometimes you want to tell people and you're just like, you know what, I ain't going to tell people. If he's like, you can, out of remember confirmation, remember. But if God is telling you to do an instruction, don't just tell people because sometimes they're going to talk you out of it. Just do it anyway. I told probably my family and 3 or 4 friends. That's it. And I know in the beginning I said I didn't tell. I told them that I was taking something. I didn't say what it was. They were like, what are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. They were clueless. They did not have a clue until the end. And they're like, oh. And so I'm telling y'all, I know this is lengthy. Take your time. Take that test. Study, but use the studying that God wants you to study. Sometimes it's not the same kind of studying that a regular person has to study. Sometimes the material is not the same kind of material a regular person has to study. Memorize. God will give you the tools. He's literally going to make it fall upon your lap. Here you go. Making it very solid for you. This word is for you. I just know it. Take that exam, y'all. Take that test.